Hi, welcome to another episode of Amputee Outdoors. I'm your host, Glenn. And today we're not doing a hike or anything like that. We're doing something outdoors with a bonfire. So, wait, I just realized some of you may not know why we're having a bonfire of the November 5th, to celebrate November 5th. Now, it is the 3rd because November 5th this year is on a Monday, but we remember the 5th of November. We remember that for the gunpowder plot. Those of you back home in England probably know this story. In fact, you better know the story. Those of you here in the States, let me give you a bit of a recap. In the 1600s, after the English Civil War between the Protestants, the Roundheads, and the Royalists, the Catholics, it was decided that Parliament would be Protestant and the King would be Catholic and everyone would all get along. Which most people did, but there were a few fanatics, as there are in all religions. One of them was a man named Guy Fawkes. Now he and some fellow fanatics decided to get together, get a whole bunch of gunpowder, put it into the storage tunnels underneath Parliament and blow the whole thing up, and then through a coup d'etat or whatever method, reinstate Roman Catholicism in England. Which of course wouldn't have worked that way. It would have resulted in another huge civil war with people killing each other for years to come. He was caught. His conspirators were caught. They were told, you shall be given a fair trial, after which you will be executed. And he was. And he was executed horribly. Drawn, quartered, burned, everything, right? And we look back on those kinds of times and think, that's barbaric. Nobody does that. That's disgusting. Yes, when we look at it, but at that time, that was the norm. They thought themselves to be civilized, intelligent, reasonable people doing the right thing. Now I'm betting that 100, 200 years from now, people will look back upon us early 21st century folks and say, do you realize back then they used to do fill in the blank, and be horrified by what we do now that we think is normal. So let's not go judging our ancestors and forefathers without applying a little perspective to it. But anyway, in England, since that time, we have celebrated on the 5th of November, the day that Guy Fawkes was caught and the gunpowder plot was foiled, saving England from chaos and war all over again. And we have a bonfire, and we have Guy Fawkes up here that we are going to burn in effigy tonight. Now this is a nice celebration to do in November. The sky is getting dark and gray and gloomy. Everything's wet, so we can light up fireworks, have a fire, and not worry about burning the place down. It also means we don't have to wait until 10 o'clock at night to do the fireworks. We can usually start shooting them off at 7 o'clock, so it's pretty good. Alright, so later on today, or tonight, we're going to get this bonfire going. I'll film that as well, and let you, my audience, enjoy the festivities of Guy Fawkes Day. Alright, hold tight. Flames are coming soon. Okay. Thank you for coming. Alright, so this is Guy Fawkes night. On the 5th of November, back in 1605, Guy Fawkes and some of his friends all got together, and in their fanaticism decided the thing to do was to blow up Parliament, ending the Protestant control of England and restoring it back to Roman Catholicism, which they thought would be the best thing ever. Of course, what that would actually do is plunge England once again into a civil war, and nobody wanted that. Thankfully, Guy Fawkes and his cohorts were discovered. They were told they would be given a fair trial, after which they were executed. And they were executed, drawn, quartered, all the nasty stuff, and then burnt at the stake. Every year since then, the English people have celebrated Guy Fawkes Night by burning Guy Fawkes in effigy. To remember and celebrate the fact that we prevented a horrible event, and because, well, when it's cold, wet, and dreary in November, if nothing's better than a good bonfire, some fireworks, and some food and drink. With that, I will turn you over to the executioner.
Guy Fawkes.
Let's see.
Hang on. It's coming to me. Hey, Guy Fawkes. How do you plead? Do you have any last words?
Piss off, wanker!
So be it.
Do they know these words?
Unfortunately.
I don't think they knew those words back in the 16th, the 15th, 17th century. 15th century. Can you send it to me?
take a while for that flame to get started, I think.
Throw some gas on it. That's what they used to do. He's a very good guy.
I like what he's doing back here.
He's very realistic.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
He looks going. I hope nothing alive crawled into it.
That's sad. Did you see that spider that was on Pete's shoulder? That was impressive. It was like this really.
Oh yeah! Go. Hi. Well, the bonfire's burned down, as you can see, and everyone had a good time. A lot of good food was eaten. We all had a few adult beverages and soda pops as well. And now it's time to make sure this fire gets put out and head home for the day. So thank you for joining me on this Guy Fawkes night. I hope you've learned something about English history, and if you already know about it, I hope you enjoyed the video. And the next video will probably be more of an outdoors kind of thing. Okay. All right. So again, if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscription button rather, sorry. And as always, I hope to see you out on the trail enjoying the beautiful outdoors.